Good afternoon, Brother Randy here. Well, as you can see, I'm up on top of my own roof now, applying the wisdom and the knowledge from a master builder that I have been working with, going on now probably my first year of apprenticeship, learning how to build, okay? And now I'm on the roof of my own double wide, an old used double wide that I purchased on the land, and it needs a little bit of work. And one of the things that it has is it has a metal roof, and one of the things that I have to do is plug up a whole bunch of holes. Now, what do you see here is you see the vent pipe down there from the AC heating and cooling unit that was in this house. Now, being that I took out the AC heating and cooling unit, and I am heating this home with a wood stove, and I just have a small AC unit in the living room that I just keep to keep the home at a relatively nice temperature throughout the winter time. And this is the first time I actually plugged in an AC unit that was given to me by the master builder, Russell. So the idea is now is that with this roof is that this is no longer needed. So I can just put a sheet of metal right over here and just covering this up. And that's all I have to do. Now, the difference between this roof and the roofs that I've been working on is that this roof was not lath, meaning that they didn't put 1x2s underneath in order to give spaces like this room to breathe. So this is a regular vent pipe from the toilet. There's another one over there, as you see. All roofs have them, vent pipes. Now, typically, if I laved this entire roof, I would have to just cut off the vent pipe. But being that it's so close to the floor, there's nothing to vent underneath the metal, so I have to get a boot. And so what I'll do is I'll get a boot to replace over here so it will prevent any leakage. I don't think I've had any leakage in this area, but the idea is to put a boot over here so that it will not leak, and eventually I'll just replace out this panel. But the challenge that I'm having here now that I've taken out this area is I gotta just go ahead and reclean the wood stove pipe and everything. But to prevent any leakage, the problem that I'm gonna have now is that you see there's no lath, there's no 1x2s to go underneath the metal, and this metal is just screwed directly to the roof. And in order to fix it, I'd have to take up all of the metal, put down lath, which I'll eventually do, but at this point in time, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I can still use all this metal, provided that the holes are in the proper area. Then I may not be able to use it. So these are one of the things that when you get an old used double wide, these are the things that you have to deal with. However, it can be dealt with. I know how to deal with it. I just have to get probably some just guidance on how I'm gonna deal with this issue, being that there's not a section of lath that I can just prop up and use in this area. So I got to figure this out, but just to give you an update on working on my metal roof. And I would definitely recommend, if anybody's moving out, if you don't feel like, or you really don't feel like you have the skill set to build something straight out, an old used double wide will go well. You can always fix it up over time. And as long as it has 4 walls and a roof, man, you can work with it. So I will keep you updated as to the progress that I'm doing here. I'm going to probably have to stop for the day to think this stuff through and proceed on it tomorrow. I'll probably have to take out this sheet as well. But that's the name of the game, applying the stuff that I've learned. All right, I'll follow. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Randy here. Wanted to do an update on the fix for the roof. Now, the first thing you might say is, why does he have a different color up here? And the simple reason why is it doesn't make a difference. This is from the back of the house. You can't even see this roof from this back, and because this has about a 312 or 412 pitch, you can't see it. So the idea is I took a piece of metal that I had, put it over, and I got this piece of metal for free. It was like one of them starter sheets that they just marked. So just put it up on here, put the metal down. I'll work on replacing some screws later, but this is all nice and secure now. That vent pipe that was coming up out of the roof is gone, so we're done there. And let me show you what I was able to do when it came to the wood stove pipe. So again, was able to replace it with 2 pieces of metal, cut the edge out, cleaned up the perimeter, caulked it real good with some high heat cement and some regular silicone so that the water doesn't get around it. Screwed it down on all of the edges so that water doesn't get in it. Put some fresh screws with fasteners in here so it's all screwed down, ready to go. As you see, I used the high heat caulk for the top areas and underneath there, and then some other silicone caulk for the bottom. This is all nice and screwed off. Don't have to worry about any leaks. So, and this is all used metal that I had. So all excess metal. So throw this stuff up on here, nice good rain. It'll wash everything out, but as you see, this is how it's done. Using what you have in order to get the job done. So I should not have any leaks. And I got this piece. I replaced this one with the other one that I had. As you see, the one down there. And it should good enough draw because it's above the ridge cap. So I was able to get that in. I see I missed the screw right there, but this is how it's done. It looks nice and well caulked, nice and clean. Well, a good rain will come in and clean out all of this stuff, but the overall idea is that it is secure and it will work. So this is my little 2-day project. I've been on this for 2 days, just trying to figure it out. Eventually, what I'll do is replace this whole wood stove chimney, but there ain't nothing wrong with it. The idea is that I can just go with a smaller pipe and everything and make it look nice and pretty when I eventually get to replacing this roof. Because as I said earlier, when I first started doing roofs, I thought that this was an excellent, when I first moved here, I thought that this was an excellent roof. But as you start really going and seeing how good work is done, you can see how much a shitty job that they did on this roof. No lav underneath. Screws are not straight. They're all over the place. That's just how it is. But I will keep you posted. And I'm looking forward to firing up that wood stove because it is getting cold out. All right, shalom. Good afternoon, Brother Randy here. This is the finished product of revamping the wood stove. Now I do this every year, shine it up, clean it up, go into the pipe here, clean out all of the soot, go on the roof, make sure everything is checked, make sure that you see here everything is cleaned out, and that this gasket is real good. Make sure that everything is cleaned out. Make sure everything is in working order. And there you go. You got a nice wood stove that is ready to be used again for another season. It is very important that you do the maintenance on your wood stoves, because you do not want a chimney fire. You don't want none of that stuff going on. And it is so dangerous when you're dealing with stuff like this and you do not do it properly. So, beautiful wood stove. I did a video a couple of years ago, how I got it. You just got to go back into my YouTube videos and see. But it heats up very well. And as well, we heat our food as well as boil our water on here as well. So we don't do the fire pit outside anymore, even though we still burn the garbage. But The idea is that we can have good hot water inside, and it doesn't cost us a penny. And of course, got plenty of wood, but we'll fire it up and take it from there. All right, Shalom.